Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, September 15th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Well, I'll tell you, old man winter is poking at us now. My walk yesterday was downright chilly, and I do see that the county is starting to open up the warming centers. So all I've got to say is, brr. All right, let's get into it, shall we? A couple of scary incidents in Anne Arundel County. On Saturday night on Central Avenue in Edgewater, the Anne Arundel County Police responded to an assault and road rage incident. A car was tailgating another car, and the victim, I'll say the lead car, pulled over near Hillside Avenue and exchanged words with the suspect. The suspect grabbed the victim, pulled him from his car, pulled out a knife, and cut his neck. Now, the injury was not severe. He was treated and released at the scene. But by the time police arrived, the suspect was long gone. He's described as a white male, approximately 60 years old, with gray shoulder-length hair, possibly driving a Mini Cooper or similar style car. The next incident was up in Glen Burnie. A family was unloading their car at about 7:30 p.m. in the 7700 block of Hancock Lane when they were approached by a black male about 6 foot tall, 120 pounds, with a black ski mask, an orange Under Armour hoodie, and dark pants, and a gun. He demanded the keys to their car, took it, and fled. A while later, the police were at another domestic call incident, and the family said a 15-year-old juvenile had left the home without permission. The parents were able to track them using a cell phone, and lo and behold, the police discovered that 15-year-old was in the carjacked car. They did locate the car. They tried to stop it. It fled. It wrecked. 4 occupants got out of the vehicle and fled. 1 got away, which was the person that actually did the carjacking, but police did arrest an 18, 16, and 15-year-old, all from Baltimore. Well, if you were on the roads in Arnold, Severna Park, or Annapolis yesterday, you were greeted by snarled traffic for about 5 hours. Just after 6 a.m., a propane tanker truck overturned on the westbound Severn River Bridge. Thankfully, it was not leaking any propane, but it did take about 6.5 hours to clean up. The westbound lanes were completely closed, and the eastbound lanes were restricted to 2. And in the end, they uprighted it, they towed it to a vacant lot near Jennifer Road and burned off the 10,000 pounds of propane. So if you saw smoke and flame shooting into the air, that was what that was. The driver was seriously injured, and I do understand that police have issued 2 traffic citations to him. Some political news. Governor-elect Wes Moore has named some names. Fagan Harris, who ran a nonprofit in Baltimore, will now be the chief of staff. Delegate Eric Lutke will leave the House of Delegates and become the chief legislative officer. Helene Grady, the CFO at Johns Hopkins University, will head up the Department of Budget and Management. Tisha Edwards, who used to work at Baltimore City Hall and was Moore's chief of staff for the campaign, will be his appointments secretary. And Amanda LaForge, an election attorney and former Glendenning administration veteran, will be the chief counsel. More to come. And we finally got images up from Saturday's game against Notre Dame, and I'll tell you, it was well worth the wait. Once again, Glenn Miller did not disappoint. You do want to check them out at eyeonannapolis.net. And finally, it is Ticket Tuesday, and Rams Head On Stage has hooked us up with some tickets to see either Mike Doherty on November 17th, that's this Thursday, and not 1, but 2 matinees this weekend. Saturday will be Della Mae and Sister Sadie, which I think is a great name for a duo. And Sunday will be the 8 Ohms Band and Honey Soul, which are both really fun bands. Just shoot me an email or a DM and let me know which of those 3 shows you might like to see, and I may pick you. And you do want to be sure to check out the other shows coming up at ramsheadonstage.com. There are some pretty amazing ones. Podcast news, up this Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, Big Money and His Pies. Next weekend, it should be Lifetime, the new athletic country club opening up at the town center. And I should have a few bonus pods dropping next week as well. I do have a busy week recording. All right, that is a wrap. But first, a quick thank you to you for listening and for sharing and letting your friends and colleagues know about us. And to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Solar Energy Services, Scout and Molly's, and Alpha Engineering. So now you need to hang tight because we have George Young from DCMDVA Weather standing by with your locally forecast weather report. And gracing us once again with his presence, Scott MacMullan from Scott MacMullan Law with a legal brief. All that coming up in just a bit.
Hi, I'm Betsy Abraham. My mom and I own and operate Scout Molly's, this amazing little boutique at the Annapolis Town Center, and we're here to help. Whether you are shopping for the beautiful ladies on your holiday list or for yourself, we have something stunning for every occasion, from casual to black tie. From the Parade of Lights to New Year's Eve, we have the perfect outfit for every event this year. Scout Molly's, Annapolis Town Center. Thank you for shopping local.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, November 15th. Yesterday was sunny but chilly for the Annapolis region, and today will bring some rain to the area, but skies will clear tomorrow, and then it will be an extended period of relatively cold temps for all of Anne Arundel County. Look for increasing clouds today with highs again near 50 degrees, with rain then moving in during the afternoon and evening hours and lasting into early Wednesday morning before skies clear and sunshine returns Thursday through the weekend. Expect breezy highs Wednesday in the 50 to 57 degree range ahead of an extended period of much cooler temps Thursday through Sunday with sunny highs each day only in the 41 to 48 degree range with AM lows each morning in the upper 20s to lower mid 30s. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You never know when you might need an attorney. It could be when the lights light up on the police car behind you. Or maybe you have $1 million idea and need to incorporate. From wills and trusts to car wrecks and arrests, Scott MacMullan with the Annapolis-based Scott MacMullan Law, LLC, is here to offer some insight for you with today's legal brief.
Hello, Annapolis. This is Scott MacMullan, and this is your legal brief. Today we're talking about 10 famous people who died without a will. Number 1, Jimi Hendrix, the famous Jimi Hendrix, died without a will. Number 2, Bob Marley died without a will. His estate, worth a reported $30 million, had dozens of claimants. Sonny Bono died without a will. Number 3. Number 4, Stieg Larsson, the author of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, died in 2004. He died without a will, and Swedish law dictated that Larsson's estate was to be divided up between his father and his brother. His companion of 32 years received nothing, except for at the end she was able to get the apartment. Number 5, Pablo Picasso, at the age of 91, died without a will. He had cash, gold, bonds, and he had, of course, paintings, and he had left no will. It took 6 years to sell his estate, and it cost about $30 million. His assets were eventually divided up among his heirs, his 6 heirs. Number 6, DJ AM, whose real name was Adam Goldstein, died from a drug overdose in 2009. He died without a will. Number 7, a big one, Michael Jackson. Although a will was later discovered, immediately following Michael Jackson's death in July 2009, his mother filed court papers claiming that Jackson died without a will or intestate. In the years since his death, his estate generated over $242 million. Number 8, Steve McMary died without a will. He was killed and he did not have a will. Number 9, Howard Hughes, the eccentric billionaire who died in 1976 at the age of 70, died without a will despite being a billionaire. And finally, number 10, Abraham Lincoln. The nation's 16th president has the distinction of being the first president to be assassinated. This is trivia for you, as well as the first president to die without a will, despite being a lawyer himself. So there you have it, the top 10 people, celebrities that have died without a will, and it's caused a lot of issues. If you have or need a will, feel free to call us at Scott MacMullan Law, LLC, at 443-494-9775. This is information, not advice, and doesn't create the attorney-client relationship. We're at 104 Cathedral Street, right downtown Annapolis. Feel free to give us a call, and I hope you have a great holiday season. Thanks.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.